Hey, Camp Girl Boss. It's Emily Breedlove, and I am coming to you live today to talk about what I think is one of my favorite subjects. It seems like it's one of your favorite subjects too. We're going to talk about social media. Obviously, this is a huge thing when it comes to telling a story and building a following. Whether you are wanting to start your own business or start a nonprofit or even create some sort of campaign or cause, social media is a huge tool in helping you to connect with people. So, we're going to talk a little bit about tips that I found and how to use it, as well as answer your questions. So, you know the drill. I am coming to you live. So, if you've got questions, post them here and I will do my best to answer them. I am scouring the forums. So, you can either share them here on YouTube, or if you're checking this out in one of the forums, I will watch for your questions there. So we're going to talk a little bit about social media. For me and my businesses, the platforms that I use the most are Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I've used Twitter, but I'm not really that good at it. What I really love is Facebook. Facebook is a place where I'm able to really rock it. Instagram, I'm learning, but they're really similar. They're owned, by Facebook. But so I'm going to start first with just high level. When you are building your platform, right? When you're building your empire, when you're building a name for yourself or for your business, everything comes down to first knowing what you stand for. So, whether it's for you or your business, what is your mission? What is your message? What is your brand? And once you really figure that out, you're able to really craft this experience for your followers on social media. And so, for me, my big message is that I empower women and girls through entrepreneurship. And so I talk a lot about that on my social media. I share articles about it, I share images and videos. I also host a lot of events. And so on social media, really the big focus that you have is that you're having an ongoing conversation with your people. And that's where you're able to really make it fun and dynamic, where you're constantly posting photos of yourself and your work, as well as sharing resources for the people. And so your big focus with social media is always having a good conversation. So it starts first with really knowing what you stand for and what your message is. What we talk about in camp is how it's really important to pick the channels that fit you best as well as your market, right? There are so many different social media channels. Most of them I don't know anything about because there's no way for you to be an expert in every single one of them. And if you pick too many, you then aren't good at any of them. And so in camp, you really pick your two main marketing channels. And these are based upon the channels that you enjoy the most, because for this to work, you got to do it all the time. So you want to pick the ones that you really love being a part of. I love Facebook and Instagram. And so those are the two that I'm going to show up in the most, and I'm going to be most willing to share myself in. You also want to pick the channels where your avatar is hanging out. Obviously, you're trying to connect with the people that are going to want to buy what you sell or are going to be behind the message that you're sharing. And so landing on the two that really represent where your people are and represent where you're going to be the best at it, those are going to be the marketing channels where you really want to land. So the other piece is determining the ways in which you want to share your story. So I love video, obviously, right? So we got video here. With Facebook and with Instagram, you're able to do live video. And on social media, live video is the easiest to do. It's scary, yeah, because once you go live, everybody's watching. Hey, you could totally screw it up, and that's intimidating. But people also are more forgiving in live video because it's live. And so they don't expect it to be scripted and polished and really look awesome. But so live video is really easy because you don't have to edit it. Once it's up, it's up. I don't do any editing. And you don't have to do all the slides and the scripts and all the things that you have to do for an edited video. And so in camp, when you guys are watching all of the videos from where Ariel is explaining all of the material, and when we're doing the interviews, that is edited video. We hired an editor. We also hired a producer. We hired a cameraman. And then Ariel and I wrote and edited all of those scripts. Ariel had a teleprompter. We had all of the slides created. And so each of those videos took a really long time to create. Live videos, they don't take long at all. And so if you are wanting to get into video, if you think that that's a good mechanism for your business or for your message, live videos are a great place to start. The biggest challenge is just getting comfortable doing it. And unfortunately, the only way that you get good at it is by doing it. And it's super intimidating to ultimately press that red button and go live. But there are some things that you only learn by recording yourself. You can think your way through a ton of stuff, but you're never really going to be good at it until you just start recording. So no, everybody's bad at it at first. When it comes to social media, it's constantly learning and just paying attention to what's going on, what people are talking about, what are the hashtags that people are using, how you keep your finger on the pulse of your market and your industry so that you can just keep having a really fun conversation. So when I just started with social media, a lot of this was diving in and creating my own personal profile first and really just getting a feel for what it looks like. It took me a while before I really started building my business pages. And I wanted to be super comfortable with what I was picking before I jumped in and created the business page. But even once I created my business page, it was still a lot of testing the water, posting images and posting descriptions and seeing how it lands. Social media is constantly a science experiment that you're always testing what's going to be a good post for your people and what isn't. I can tell you how many times I put a beautiful post together, created these beautiful images and really thought through the language, and I shared it and it was like crickets, that no one cared. And it's hard because at first you're like, what? I thought that was really going to work. And you take it personally, but eventually you figure out, why did that not work? And how can I listen instead to get closer the next time? And so with social media, it is constantly learning from your people, from your network. They're always telling you what they like, what they don't like, what they're even caring about, and how you can just stay within that space and make it so that your business and your message can stay relevant and in front of people. Because ultimately, social media is the best way now to build a following, to conduct sales, that you're able to constantly have that conversation. It keeps your business out in the middle of everything. It also makes it so that you can sense where your industry is going. So whatever it is that you're trying to do with your business, staying involved in social media, you're able to see if there are big changes that are coming in the work that you're doing. And if you're needing to shift yourself, whether it's launching a new product or changing the way you support your customers. Social media gives you the chance to always stay engaged with people and to get a sense of how the waves are shifting, how things are changing. And last, most important part about it is it's super fun. I know that business before Facebook and before Instagram and before all of these things, it was a lot more boring. And this makes it fun. It makes it fun to be out there and having these conversations. So as you're thinking about these things, keep in mind that these are powerful tools. They're a lot of fun. They're worth researching and really staying in the know around these things. But they also make you very visible. And so this is the biggest thing that we talk about when it comes to working with middle school girls, is that social media officially puts you on the radar of the world, which sometimes can be dangerous. And so it's definitely something that you need to talk to your parents about and make sure that they're comfortable with you getting on social media, that you've got all of the resources that you need in order to be safe in this world, because unfortunately, they're not all good people. So when it comes to Instagram and Facebook, there are parent guides that are available. There's information about being on there as a minor or as a teenage girl. And so it's definitely something that when you're in it, you just got to protect yourself. You've got to learn from the adults that can teach you how to watch for those things so that you can have as many positive, fun experiences as possible. So, if you've got questions about the social media channels that you want to start, whether it's Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, I will do my best to answer them. I don't know everything about all those things. Sarah Benoit in the videos, she knows way more than me, but I'm happy to help answer them. So send them my way, post them in the forum, and we can start a really great conversation about the marketing channels that you want to start researching and how we can get you started in social media for your business. All right, ladies, I am so excited to be back with live stream, and we have more interviews coming up this week. So I will see you all very soon. Bye.